Hi everyone. I was for me chiachi I will be or sheme. Sorry, na me light no. Okay. Hello. Mo fan chemina. And then my son is off. Oba so amechia obi bia waba so bia me try say me frɛ busuafo nti oba so a share video no ma me na invite obi nso ma me wate oba o de share ma me share video no ma me
Echesisi obesia bosisireku onye onwam kasabereku ya owantam nuro nesu na pempem kuku awomreku atinase bio obesani chechefruma kanya hirewma doso brebuma timo bonyo Echesisi obesia bosisireku onye onwam kasabereku ya owantam nuro nesu na pempem kuku awomreku atinase bio obesani chechefruma kanya hirewma doso brebuma timo bonyo awomreku atinase bio obesani chechefruma kanya hirewma doso brebuma timo bonyo
Meka obi om sɛ enadwumadie Jara Beauty World for ene so yasene osomfo ba wo mriku nyampon 1 Jara Beauty World for sɛ omo ya ahoɔfɛ dwosuo wopa ahoɔfɛ nto aso nko a dia ɛwɔ UK ha dia ne na Jara Beauty World omo ton wigs omo ton air extensions omo ton air products relaxes ɛna niema bebrebe ebiom wopɛ sɛ wobɔ wuti ana wopɛ sɛ etiri ayabo a ɛyɛ week up ni nyina omo yie bi na baby awo bia wo UK bia wo US Germany Austria baby ano woyɛ order omutimi post ebrew order for Jara Beauty World one more telephone and eguso no 07868746470 07868746407 Mekai will be almost to sell also for the women require nyampon 1 I meton juice plus I sell home by your fair say our one fair ebcp na esita wapo mu den ebe wie pay no one juice plus juice plus the no one will be account for what is de ya enye say ye tuatua wasum na mom juice plus the ani ehu ene de aso ate and na yedi hu adanse juice plus you can never go wrong hamama any nnuama and na wode aye aduro no enti no na ene na kasebo e wo ho no
Echesisi obesia bosisireku onye onwam kasabereku ya owantam nuro nesu na pempem kuku awomreku atinase bio obesani chechefru
na juma origene juma na oye kumato woyam ebusiafo this song is from Kwame Eugene hope so hunyum kwa Kwame Eugene gospel Juanita Kofi Kinata sorry my own team move ay now juma na oye ay anwa juma na oye where to move gospel na oye juma na oye I was your father so I'm out. When you come on, say hello or say something so that I will acknowledge you. I'm going to wear Juma now. Ade. Wear Juma now. Me am it off of back. Mrs. Queen, where will you? That's right. Me mental health practitioner back up no size. Beauty with brains. I see you, Medofo. I see you. Oba so me try some me share feed, you know. To the oba so share be mama what? Share video ni mama. Wow, ni say me platform e de ye besua de enti profane bia ni ha to sha ye na juma ai ye na juma wa juma na oye kuma to wuyem do wo homa wo ayayaya ade wajuma na oye ayayaya this is ajo amehu I'm chamo fan chamo wate sesu no remember wo sister ajo do I see you my dear me ba chawo ba share video ni mami wo ba super share video ni mami ai feed ni call off by nyame adoma samba ayayaya ade wejuma na oye ayayaya ade juma na oye
The Lord is still in the miracle business, and He is in your neighborhood. Come on to
Rio. Ogudu no Rio. Odafo me dedicate anyum nyina ma November ball for nyina emra me come birthday asemi na me celebrate me ankasa me kunu penny Mr. Wuku all the way in Germany. Mr. Wuku baby I will be a mechia we Holland abonten so. Yeah oh. Ade Jumana oh yeah. And I'm in the my sister. I'm in the man and all the way in Ghana. Having a solid day, sister Nana, Yamisha Papa, Lunchtime stuff. So we celebrate you, right? Ade. This song, type of Kofi Kinata gospel, it will come. My who said Mrs. Larry Boafo, I will be her. If I watch Amichia, baby Piara will be I Mrs. Queno, I greet you. Yeah, Nejuma, Nejuma, Ria Nejuma, Juma na oyo, Goma to yam. Oh, good on Yamawa, do Wahamawa. Ayayaya, ade. Wejuma na oyo, Ay 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 oh. Ay 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 oh. Ejuma juma na oyo. Na oyo. Juma na oyo. Ay 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 oh. Ay 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 ay. Anwa juma na oyo. Ay 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 oh. Abuja for me chia obi bia. Sister Jo odo. Ai. Me chia o chia me wate. Ya nua ya do fopa. Aje aje. Wo ho ma wo. Do wo ho ma wo. Ay ay aje. Abusiafo mechia wo bibia wo so bidin chia piesie efrado man wan anim ma wo bibia ro wo so eyo somfo ba wo mriku nyampon ba ko pe no size ene ye ne yan papa Fred Amogi ena ebetwem komo me so ba so anu a share video no na we invite obi ama yen ye ba betoto nanum nkakra ya bisa na kosem na mane hawa watimi dia bedrum pempenso ya wodri say ye this adwuma di ade ba akopɛ na mpɛsɛ wusua free mu kwan bi na wo pɛsɛ wutwa no anamon bi na wo pɛsɛ wutu no obi atwa wo ho na emra won ka won akosɛm na wo kyerɛkyerɛ sɛ de abrabɔ ne won akwakoduru no na wo fa mu nyansa na won so tutu anamon bi esi yie me bɔ mpa yɛ sɛ adwuma die bɛyɛ inhyira ama wo me kai wo bie mu nso sɛ akwanya wo ho sɛ wo pɛsɛ udi dwuma die bi na pɛsɛ ye bɔ hu dawuro ma wo ɛwɔ ye platform yi so a ai o frɛ me a inbox me a yebetimi ayɛ saa de ban na ma kama wow jingles are fine we need so I will try and arrange something and we do it for you me kai will be say dwumadie wo so mfo be wo mriku nyampon 1 ai dwumadie no kwa na ekɔ nanim ne senti no obi wo kwa no inbox so ye me we ma me wo be kɔ ne platform no so no na bibi ba ko a waye kora na ho na sister wo mehwɛ me video na wo share me video no as say wo ton ade na apesa me ton ma wo why na apesa wo hwɛ wo de I say na brabo ne tie de bia me catch them crofo say be intentional about relationships you have. When you do that, it is easy to actually help will come at its own time and at its own pace. Be intentional. When you're intentional, now you seek on osiki unkuwa wo de amri bi bedru nyame wo ni nyansem. I've told you my yes an chere anything. Everybody needs somebody no matter what. And say last week or something, young sister OJ, actually be to on status or so I say crayon. And then I who here, maybe na person would draw about fan. And then na ebia, me who you she so much say you can't be bothered about me. But me, my head is a perfume. No, one temen can me twemu a wo bete. One tia me home pampan wo bete. Obi be kamasem, me twemu da, abana me say da. Ade ba akopɛ na minimum. Say one wa wati nyame na ase no ona ase ye fe adwene a wodi ti nyame na ase no enne kyere one wa wati nyame na ase kan no ona ase ye fe kyerosem na aka nyam na meka how beautiful are the feet of men who bring good news ai fa hya wa adwene mu say de bia enema papa adwene pa ene enema pa ebeye edi mpuntu obeba no ene be free wa adwene mu no wanum aba because eno aso aba na wo betwa ebia na sese de oya ageman beto mire bi no oye wanu asem wan na de be condemn ana no kyerosem se onyankropon wa wo ye Yesu Kristo ba no kogina Pharaoh enum anim no nkrofo no ka kire no se ye de wanu asem wanu asem na ye de condemn. Let everything that come out from your mouth be seasoned and salted, because a day will come, that very word that you spilled, and no one obonefo no edibinyam. Me bo mpa say, unyame bema ye ni aba ye ho so, na ya ye ne niema so ne kwan so. Me fasa akonya so, Auntie Rama, na me shira papa, MTA program we ekra me nya adaje kran frɛ no, it is a shame, but mefro wate emra ye wo mu eye mrebone muma yenso so emu bi abua, because emu bi we be say we are church man, but we will miss it. we will miss it. Why? Because ya entreaty ya hu yi. Ya mo nyame adwuma ni nyame asori ankọ nanim. Nyame bebisa yen. Me bo tumfo mpa yese ansa na dwumadi ebeba so no na wani aba wo ho so na yetumi aye ni nyina ahye nyame di anuonyam. Bible say mo ma akra nyina amre wo ho ase enhye nyame tumi ase. Me bo mpa yese obete saa de ban ase na mawo one take relationship bi ana nke beye emwa pa ma ono for granted. Moma yenkwaje nkrato na yemra emra eye frɛ yen guest no ama no aba no. Moma yenkwaje nkrato mra sisia.
Eche sisiro besie bo sisireku onye onwam kasamereku ya owantam nuro na so na pempem kuku awomreku atina sia bi o besani chechefruma kanya herewma do so breboma timo bonyo awomreku atina sia bi o besani chechefruma kanya herewma do so breboma timo bonyo
Me kai obiom se Jara Beauty World for na soyasne enti no mesra ahofedwo so nko ade no ane Jara Beauty wo be biara wo UK, Germany, Austria, Canada be bia no wo frɛ won wa na inbox won wa Jara Beauty World for say ahofedwo so nko ade wo betimi ade on betimi ahye po de abro be bia wo bia whether wholesale or retail ni nyina wo mo ye enti ko hu Sister Aisha Ankra, see you, God bless you, my sweetheart, chop kiss what say rabandi odamakoma so pa mukonshira munshira no mame munsum ne ntonshira mu ma no mo am platform no so Sister Aisha mun show ne love kakra mame mun show ne love mame ye ka say obi very intentional about relationship. That lady understand the principles. Nyame onshira sister, nyame enshira say Lunchtime talks be call nanim nyina nkrofo bi wo backgrounds they pull the strings here and there so that whether I'm doing it right, whether I need correction, nyina mo background, you don't see them on the camera. Somebody like Dickness Mary Clark, he's always spot on, always on my tail, and I thank God for Mary Clark. God bless you wherever you are. Last week was your birthday. Happy birthday, sweetheart. Lunchtime Talks, we celebrate you. You have been a blessing to us, and we cannot forget how far God has brought us. It started as if obekasi yedi agro, but in kakra onyame ediye utwa. Nyame nshira say sometimes na ukita vision, but you need people to support morally. You just need somebody to say, come on, pick yourself up. Come on, this is just a flaw. This is this. Come on, the ups and downs. If you are you need somebody like that, and as a Kenya say, I have people like that in abundance. Make Kenya Mr. May try some share, but I'm struggling here. And say, maybe I want me share to platform and tag me on my page. I'll be very grateful because I cannot share myself. I don't know what is happening, but I'm trusting God. Say, your guest, also is having difficulty Ghana internet, but me shall boss say so long as it's here, we will do the program. The devil is a liar, so is his mother-in-law. Will try and start the program. Mr. Munya yo ho abote once Ghana internet no hard doing Mr. Mo me platform asabun mi say ye ni atam nti question bia woma Uncle Fred bia no utimi the two feed na say ana say mo amuni me number so mo text ya make me abisa no ama make sure say asama wo bisa no ye very decent and ye bibia ebe hard doing. So long as you do that, I'll be glad to answer. Answer a question. It's an open mic. I'm trusting God. Say, he'll be open with us and also very interactive with us. Open, you can't open her, owning his own truth at this age and also letting us. Me gusu a my friend nti mu de munya abotre sister adwa odo mesra mo munya ne ho abotre ema me gusu a my friend nti no mu de munya abotre
Echesi si obesia mu sisterku onye onwam kasamereku ya owantam nuro na so na pempem kuku awomreku atina sia bi o obesani chechefruma kanya herewma do so breboma timo bonyo awomreku atina sia bi o obesani chechefruma kanya herewma do so breboma timo bonyo
You have to be intentional. You can't just wait for things to happen. You have to go out and make it happen. Hi, my name is Kike Onwinde, and this is my...
I'm behind the scenes and I'm there, Mammy, whilst we are waiting for Uncle Fred. Munyame wa butre no ba wate mo fa nche me enyu we dia me bo a wa hu eno ana me catch obi say da me di kofi kana tabai obi say me bo na kutia. How that person have that perception, I don't know. But we are going to find out what is anime. You resonate with it. That is all that it is. What it? This time, on to me, come on. Hey, what is happening? Monteman, come on. It's on full volume, so. But I'm Monteman. Hey, it's Diara Sonio, the duffel bag. But make room. I was for me try send me the Uncle Fred. This time, me ba try me the when I send me ba. This time I'm a can you help me bring him on because it's not working on my side. I don't know what is happening back. Sister Ama. Aha, okay. Maybe I will. Yeah, but I'm required. Hi. Sister, I'm back. Show me the publicist no number. Send it. Okay. All right. Mabusiafo osonfo be wo mrekwa nyampon 1 munya ye ho abotre na Ghana for ade yo no it's funny internet no keep playing up but ye ginyame ye di as I'm talking to you no ye try say ye dey never back on nti no odi nya abotre Ode nya abotre. Ade. Abusiafo ye nyina me invite nkrofo ma sister Maela asisia na me wish Mr. Wuku happy birthday. Happy birthday to the gallant man wherever he is in Holland. God bless him. Ognupa Amishra papa happy birthday wate. Ade Pachoba super share video na invite to mame. I'm having challenge even sharing it here, but who bet me I share to share mame what it. I don't know why I'm having this challenge, but Nadia, I do.
Minister for Fisheries and Aquaculture Development. Over 3 million people's livelihoods depend on the fishing sector. We cannot look on for the fish stocks. We cannot sit and watch the collapse of the industry. We care.
Bringing it on today. I don't know why it's a challenge, but nyame bebem. The only I shared you my person. May try say me share we name the intia mepa nchomunya ye ho abotre why na your guest no ete akire ho na se be ya obewurem eno ne nkomo no but nyame be ya adaroma munya ye ho abotre munya ye ho abotre wate na Uncle Fred ene
when I'm beating the force to possess workers, wash your hand goddess, I'm rockers, no food, no water on the hot desert, they defeat. They song the rich song. I hear it recently beside the sell some over 5,000 people they die for this job. Africa, Ghana, now for we come Nabra, or Mokola, only Walla Chapa, Gagagra, maybe I did that. I swear while I tell you what they want for money. Maybe I'm if you find us at the Bugatti. Kasawaka, you miss that, you put to part, your wash your pan, and SNS. She must migrate, you must migrate safe.
abusia for Mr. Mo munya me ho abotre why and then I don't know why but oh thank you akosi anyame nshira papa Mr. Mo your guest ne chire ho na Ghana internet ni akosi amedofo ba I hope so who yeah happy Thanksgiving and I'm send am oni age for America for me da nyame ase me da urade ase ma mo nkwa ho me na fofo a e wa America nyina me hu se onyame ba se yi adom nyame wanya yen amma Ade. Hello. Hi, sir.
Hello.
Hi. Papa, this one is for you. Ade. Uncle Fred, this one is for you.
Thank you.
Hi. We thank God for bringing you here safely. Papa. Finally. Uncle Fred, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Welcome. It's a great pleasure. Me huye. It's really a great pleasure. Really. I'm really humble for you coming on our platform. God bless you for coming. I mean, we are so for instance, I'm going all cuckoo because this is when you see your own celebrity one-on-one. This is when you see somebody you've been watching on TV, live and colored. So I'm really chuffed here. God bless you for coming on. God bless you. Coming on.
Thank you.
Uncle Fred, which one will you be comfortable? I will miss it. So which one do you think it's okay for you?
Do the mixture. Let's go.
Okay. Ebe kan kakra na ya kan fanti kakra na ya kan brofo kakra na ya kan aibe kakra.
Ekwapim kakra.
Na ya ka ekwapim kakra. And Nadia, you are on challenge. Just as I said, just feel relaxed. It's not your typical interview. This place, we are just coming to have fun, one-on-one with you, up close with you, and then you two open up your truth with us. So just be free. You don't need to say what you don't want to say because we are here to learn. But it will be a great pleasure to actually tap from all the years and all the things you've been through in this coronavirus so that we too, upcoming, those of us who are upcoming will benefit from wisdoms and things that you've been through. So feel free and then relax around us. The girls are coming. There are 3 other girls who will be coming on later on in the show. I'm sure they have something for you. So we'll wait. Uncle Fred, when we say
Right.
Fred Amogi, who is Fred Amogi?
Fred Amogi is the 3rd born amongst 9 children, and the first born of 2 boys in the 9 children. The other boy is the 8th born. So you can imagine when we were 7, I was still the only boy.
Oh, wow.
But yes, my parents were David Okai Amogi, and my mom was Beatrice Ayebia Amogi, Mrs., as you can see. I started my schooling at where we call Usu Home School. Yeah, at South La, between La and Usu. From there, my daddy was transferred to many other towns or regions, so to speak, and wherever he went, we followed. So my school has not been in one area. I've schooled in Cape Coast, I've schooled in Takoradi, I've schooled in Kumasi, and then back to Accra. My secondary school is Nunsek, that is Nungwa Secondary School. Yeah.
Oh.
Pa Adwa, and I'm so happy. That is my alma mater, so to speak.
Wow.
I love Nunsek, yes. And I happen to be a chorister. I've been a chorister since 1970 with the Presbyterian Church of Ghana. My congregation is the Epiphany congregation at South La. I'm a church elder, what we call a presbyter.
Yeah.
Yep. And what else? I have 2 boys, 2 strong boys. That's my children. David and Daniel. And one happy thing is Daniel was born on the same date like me. That is 5th November.
The same birthday.
Yeah. So last 5th November, I celebrated my 72nd birthday. Yeah. The other boy is a Scorpion, same. He was born on the 10th of November. And my wife happens to be Winifred Akosia Ofusia Amugi. Yeah. She is from the Eastern region, Latte. Yeah. What have I left? So I have 7 sisters and a brother.
Oh.
Yes, 9 of us all. And I'm a typical Presbyterian. Yeah,
I know.
I love I love football. Yes. So when I'm doing nothing, so to speak, you'll find me at the stadium watching football or sitting behind my telly watching football.
Phobia.
Yeah. Champions. And I happen to be the leader of an a cappella group called Epiphany Echoes.
Okay.
Epiphany Echoes was formed when we were all with the YPG of the Presbyterian Church of Ghana. And even though we are all married, having children, we still are together. Yeah. Except one who is now a medical officer in the US. Yes. And one teacher who compromised with us has also left to stay with the mother in the UK.
Okay.
He has a British mom and a Ghanaian father.
All right.
So the 5 of us, as you know, we are now, we still are punching. Yes.
Uncle Fred, I could see your background is very interesting. Your background has been very interesting because as I could see the Presbyterian background and the discipline. Whilst I was watching you, I used to know you back in the days when we do this YPG programs in the so that is how I got really up close with you. And one of the things, the Presbyterian disciplinary is seen throughout your career, everything. When Uncle Fred says this is this, I mean, a word is his bond, and that alone, I think, is one of the things that attracts me to you. When Uncle Fred says you are going to do this, it is.
I'm glad to hear this.
All agreed.
I'm glad to hear this.
And that discipline has followed through. And
yes,
for me,
in fact, the Presbyterian Church has taught me humility and discipline, and these are the two most, reality things in my life. Being disciplined and humble. These are my two main. Yes.
God bless you so much.
Yeah.
We want to at least know you very well upfront. As growing up, what were some of the challenges? Because if you are among 9 children, how was your home like? How was your home like? I mean, coming up.
Yeah. In those days, fathers were kind of happy giving birth to more children. Unlike, this age where one, even before one marries, one says, I'll have only one child, 2 children, 3 children, that is it. So, frankly, we lived happily. Yeah, I don't remember, particular challenges in my life as I grew up. Except that in those that when I was confirmed, with the Presbyterian Church, you are
confirmation,
baptized, and then later you are confirmed. I really remember I wore a white dress suit with no shoes. It sounds funny, but I was cool in it. I wasn't the only person, Yeah, and I attended most Presbyterian schools. Whilst we lived in Kumasi, I attended the Bantama Presbyterian Primary School, and then left for Edum Presbyterian Middle School before coming to Accra for my secondary education at my secondary. So, like you are saying, that is my, what has brought me this far, so to speak. Yeah. I'm somebody who loves to crack jokes wherever I am. And I have a lot of friends who are like me. So when we meet and say it, and because I love singing too, oh my God, many people who are real singers, I love to be with them, kind of.
Connect
and
with them.
that is, yeah. And I act because I have taken acting as, it's passionate to me. It's a passion I can't, see myself stopping till the Lord calls me. A lot of people I started with, they have all gone by the wayside. I'm still strong doing what I know best, what God gave to me. And I know a lot of people have taken a cue from me and have learned a lot from me. And when they are also mentioned in the acting business, people talk about them positively, meaning I have impacted, positively to a lot of the youth. you know.
We thank God.
So I'm a pensioner now. I used to work with the Minister of Finance. That was my last station as the Director of Supply or Acting Director of Supply. And my area is Supply Materials Management. Yes, I was lecturing in it around the place, all around the place. So, in short, this is me.
Oh, so you mean to say that you were having a double stream? You were not only relying on the acting career, but there was a professional.
No. See,
That's
acting
the
today
difference.
is far better
Than previous years.
When we started making it like I'm saying, if you didn't have the passion, let me speak of the past. If you didn't have the passion for it, you might just want to, you know, go your way. But those who really loved what they were doing are still around. But I'm more around than they are because yes. Here I am. Yes,
I understand. I remember years back when in Krabia, Ifadate used to do it's just like a play theater when we used to go in Adabraka and
that's right. Asalam Dam area there.
Asalam Down area.
Yeah.
Those times. But that time I was young and I'm like, they don't pay people. I mean, my idea of I was like, all these people we see. I mean, I don't. Well, I wasn't in for the money though, but as I got close to them and I said, oh, so you came all the way from that place. Meanwhile, you not be paid. It didn't actually appeal to me as at that time. Maybe I was not calling to it, but seeing you and up to date, being a bit, I think you've really done well. Honestly, today we just called to celebrate you. For me, there is this main track that I always say, I don't want to wait till the person is gone. I say, I know him. Oh, no. I'm not saying Uncle Fred will go now because for him it's going to take about 100. But what I'm saying is,
God has promised, and I know we will
that's
never
right. In fact, Presbyterians, we live long. We live long because
thank you.
Discipline and the mentality of how we know God keeps us alive. We don't put foot wrong anyhow. You check. We check because we are really disciplined. Adom blessing. And
you discipline now. You did it, yeah. I always say, I don't know why, but amongst my uncles and aunties, paternal, my daddy is the one who died youngest at 56. You can't imagine. But all his brothers and sisters, the only one left now living is 97 years old.
Wow.
But their last born even died at age 83.
You see?
2 other brothers died 91 and 93. And one of the brothers at 83.
Wow.
And my daddy died at 56.
Oh,
you can
longevity.
Imagine. Yeah. And my grandmother, that's my father's mother, died at 91. My mother's mother died at 93.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I hope to inherit this long.
In fact, you have already inherited it in Jesus' name.
Thank you.
And you have already inherited it because Ghana have not done with you yet. You are not done with you yet. There's a lot of things that needs to come from you. Uncle Fred, I mean, what makes you blush? What makes you smile and say, Mr. Mogi, I've done well for myself? I mean, what are some of the things?
When you wake up early in the morning, you don't just sit on the bed, but naturally your eyes open first. And when you see that you can see, the first thing to do is to say, God, thank you that I'm alive. And then you do your best to sit up. When you sit and you know you can move the body, say another thank you to God. And then when you get up and stand and try to move, you see that, hey, I can walk like I did yesterday before going to bed.
Mm.
He give an everlasting thanksgiving to the Almighty. You appreciate whatever He does for you, and that is me. Every morning when I open my eyes, I say thank you, Lord. I get up, I say thank you, Lord. When I'm moving out, I have special prayers that He should hold me. He should sit me in His laps, as I drive, so that it becomes my chauffeur, so to speak, to take me wherever I go and to lead me in whatever I do. This is my prayer every morning, and I look forward to a lot of laughter during the day. Yeah, God being who He is, friends I meet, always make me happy, and especially when we go on set, that is on location. It's I can't describe such happiness when you are on set with other people. So this is it. This is it. Happiness. The first thing.
Uncle Fred, your wife tweeted in my ears. He says there's one ritual you haven't talked about. You sing Presbyterian hymn every morning. So now that you are here with us, where one song Presbyterian hymn komekoni mweke catch ogbe bala ke baba geje na ka my wife abala ye bie. That is a surprise I'll pull on you.
You let me pick it's Mikemi Wilefen was more Yehovah. And I have come to love the second verse, the last 4 lines. Because that is my feeling of how God is with me every time. It says, Shi ani ehi shi ye emli le blessa kanke elomo abaje shi yako ni Yesu hi omni le ejomo aba abato
Hallelujah. Uncle Fred, you see that? That's right. That's right. Uncle Fred, one of the profound things ever since you started this journey in acting, one of the profound things that you say, for this one, it is a testimony. I want generation to hear about it. I will speak about it. Somebody will hear this and know that our time here on earth, even though it has been borrowed, God has been gracious. In the senye Yehovah blimatesa when amekewa fenoko ehameda. One testimony that you could say for my going in set, going to cut, short, here, there, all the hustle and bustle. There is one profound testimony.
I have never had enough money from acting to tell myself acting, this is what acting has given me. But there's one thing that I think nobody can take from me. Respect that people give me. I don't have much, but I am never hungry. Yes. And if I am down today and I tell a friend, the response, I ask myself, why me? And I must say that God has made me quite generous. If I have 10 Ghana cedis and a friend confides in me, my brother, and yet if I can part with 4 cedis so that I can keep 5 cedis and take some kind of vehicle transportation, 1 cedi to your end. It means we have shared the money. And I must say, family, friends, social friends, you name them.
Yeah.
It's like when they see me, I don't go,
That's
and
right.
It is not everybody who gets that kind of favor from God. Exactly. And wherever I go, when there's a queue for them, I will want to follow the queue. But somebody somewhere will just say, call me that man there. Minotaur, oh, this, that. Look, my nephews and nieces, Teddy Amina school, secondary school, let's go. Because I know, okay, no matter what, the circumstances.
Yeah.
When I am around, I will overshadow a lot of people.
Protocols are broken.
Exactly. You have used the right term. And sometimes when they come calling me for a Jamie, girl, it's you. He said, ni nobody your language. He found Maya, can tell him how would you, whatever it is. Keshe jaba many Kenyan abana na mo fen mo be she mo go bi mi no go e abia ke o wo mo no te fio te ta prache she ba ni afio no ni eja masusu ake mo go lebi gabi mo dro na ho e na kan no ko bako ngbe ebuo me da ni I'm proud to say ake God loves me. Does everything and leads me everywhere I go. He favors me a lot, and I love to swim in His love and favor. Look at family, no mukubake yeska gabi, but tomo nine casilo ke silver and gold.
I have none.
But what I have, I give you. Get up and walk. That is it. It happens to me.
Uncle Fred, hamanga won yenchia etiefo kakra. Me hu se Kwadwo Asante Adankwa e wa ha nyame onhira papa Dickness Meriban enso e wa ha nyame nhira. Miame elder Kwadwo Oduru nyame onhira papa. Odofo owo Central Assembly amonna papa yasema me. Mo amone yen wo Central COP Scotland. Monna papa yasema me. Any ahwefo a etie ye nyina sita adwa wodo nyame enhyira mo me kai etiefo se ubetimi do comment abase na metumi ebisa Uncle Fred amount just said the munim no da our platform is we are very decent, so ask decent questions, something that is not intrusive but be very respectable about our comments. Said ye na ye no da no Bible say man fa ni die ema die ni die ese no enti me gi nyame adi se oba yem platform is so one will say there is a decorum ewaha yenye basabasa ewaha. And as I've said, when I bring people like that on, legendaries like this, I want you to learn something. They might speak about some of the mistakes they've done. They might speak about some of the what lies have thrown at them. They might give you something money cannot buy. As Uncle Fred is speaking, one of the things I'm beginning to be grateful to God and say there are some things, it's not money. It is not about money, but it's about the fact to say doors are open on its accord because of the name Edim Papa Nipa Eja. And until I mention Jumedias can say, so Barbara Bona Jadin Papa. Leave a good name. When they mention your name, people can say that I did not been this man. I did not been this man. I have known Uncle Fred for years. And one of the things, I'm the people who watch from afar, admire people from afar. Pick some of the good things. I'm Uncle Fred is one of the people who encouraged me to read. because those times, years back now, when you are talking about people who speak meticulous English language, is one of them. One of them. English is spot on. And yet, true Porsche, I cannot resonate, but it is also an English I could say, if I'm speaking somewhere, he actually built my confidence up just to speak and all those things. And the background didn't deter him from coming this far. I was trying to bring a little about him. And when he says, when I was doing confirmation, I have one shoot, and I could tell that he come from afar. We just see the glamorous part of it. Uncle Fred, one of the things I want you to talk about is some of the scars life have thrown at you, because the way you have acted years back, I need more than 20 appointments before I could see you. Did the acting career took you out of the family life a little bit, because juggling your normal daily life work and also adding acting as a career, which is another thing we're doing on the side, did it sometimes took you out of the family?
Let me tell you something. I was working as a civil servant even as I acted in those days, and there wasn't a day that I went to see my bosses to tell them I must go on set to shoot. Every morning I'll come around and see one or two things and then go back to the setting. Nobody, no boss of mine since I started acting ever told me you can't go. Because when I'm in the office and I must work, nothing stops me. If what I'm trying to say is I never had a backlog of work. I can do what I must do today, at tomorrow's next days. When I come and there's nothing to do, I'll sit in the office because I'm not anyway. So even as I worked, I was acting. I took a day off, 2 days off. After something that happened, the British were here sometime to shoot something. They call it the Tuesday Child, but it was part of a series that ran on BBC. It will come as we speak. There were 2 days of auditioning.
Yeah.
They did one in Kumasi and they did one in Accra at the Trade Fair Center. I had gone to see somebody somewhere around Amasama. When I was coming, my vehicle developed some problem, and I had to, hire people to push the car to a safer place before leaving. So I was telling myself, I have lost the chance to audition. But when I got to the trade fair, the main gate, I saw the sound man at the gate going home. So I just told myself, like I thought I have lost the chance to audition. But something in me was like, just greet anybody you meet as you go to the place. So anybody I saw that evening was like, hello, good evening. Hello. It went on till I got to the location proper there was a restaurant. They used that room to do the auditioning. When I got to the door, there were 2 white guys conversing. Immediately I greeted them. They were like, are you now coming for the auditioning? And I just play. I said, yes. Said, okay, you go in there. There were people behind these tables. I greeted the first person. Hello. Just before, I wanted to ask who the director or the producer was. The second person, another white guy, just raised her head and said, I like your voice. Are you coming for the audition? I said, yes. But he said, you are late. I said, yes, but I'm here now. Then he called David Dotto, who was coordinating this, and told him he should give me a few pages of lines, and that he himself was coming to audition me. I just sat in a quiet prayer and got those lines. Ran through once, and the man said, tell me any problem you have at your work side, if you have any, and I will write a letter to be taken, because you have gotten the role of this or that. And I was like, so if God hadn't spoken to me that you go, even though you are late, go, and I had returned home, I would have lost that opportunity. And I keep wondering, why me? Because people who have been there earlier did not get the role. And meanwhile, the audition had come to an end. So what was I going to do there anyway? I got them all right, and they were happy I was there even at that late hour. You see how God works.
Yes. So somebody on the platform says divine connection. Emmanuel Tetepadi.
Thank you.
Susan 94, God bless you. One of our gallant men, my schoolmate. God bless you, Emmanuel Tetepadi. Kuna, she says, very respectable man and really love his movies. I acquired a number in Santo, and I said I will also give this up to heaven by killing them. Kuna. Kunash. Praise Lab Watson says this man blessed our screens for so many years. I love him. God bless you. Kwajo Dankwa is also saying, try contacting Mr. Fred Amogi on a couple of occasions, but someone who claims to be his assistant answered. I hope these actors can make themselves available to their fans as the Nigerians actors do. Honestly speaking, Nigerians are even worse corporate. I try interview a few of them, and the protocols and the barriers that they put around themselves is not easy. And apart from they acting on the screen that you see them, they have other life. They have other things going on in their life. So when you are trying to get them, or their public says they are not available, try and be understandable, because they cannot have time for everybody in Ghana. They will do their best, but you need to be patient. If Uncle Fred will tell you, me getting him to come on this platform has taken me about 2 months. Reason being that some of the times are not convenient for me, or his time is also not convenient for me, but I need to be patient and understand that everything have timings, and you can't have him because you need him. So it is a bit challenge, but then that is how life is. You can't always have what you want, and that is how it's supposed to be. Uncle Fred, one of the things I want you to talk about as a man, I mean, having 2 grown-up boys, raising boys especially, and your acting career, as one of them taking up your acting role, you can see your traits in one of your kids that you will challenge. If your child wants to do what exactly the things you did, would you recommend it to one of your children? Or you might do it differently?
Why not? But when they were younger, a few directors used them while they were young. Frankly, I had a third child, and it was a she. She was in the middle of the elder, and then the eldest was the elder, and then the last one. But like we always say, we loved her, but God loved her more, so God took care from us. And she was the one who was, really trying to get into the acting thing. But when she finished school and wanted to do nursing, meaning she got into the nursing thing, that was it. She loved to be a nurse. I mean, compared to any other thing. That is how, none of them are now doing it. The oldest, that's the big boy or the bigger boy, is an architect now, a professional in architecture, and he's married to 2 kids. And the younger one is not married yet, but he's a self-made businessman. Yeah. So I don't know what will actually make them leave what they are doing now, because they love what they are doing. Compared to me, whatever I do, I love the acting more than any other thing that I do. Acting and then being the chorister that I am. Yeah.
Oh my goodness, my goodness. At what point, who actually supported when you wanted to do acting? Which of your parents were supportive in your acting? Because those times it didn't pay. So which of the parents will say, well, not I said, oh, acting, I said, go and work, and that kind of thing. So which of your parents were supportive?
They were both game. In fact, my daddy died quite early, like I told you. When he died in 1970, and that was the very year that I finished Form 5 at Nwa Secondary. And because of his death, I could not continue to sixth form at the university. But God being who He is, I had a chance to do some studies in the UK that led me to be come in contact with the supply materials management thing. So both of them were I mean, they gave me the green light. As for my mother, I started the whole thing by singing with the Tiffany Echoes, the group I told you about. And to my mom, I mean, performance is performance. If it's talking or it is singing, go and perform. I mean, that is if you want to do it. So they loved what I did. Yeah.
Uncle Fred, this one is actually owing your truth. I mean, I know you said life has really been fair to you, but everybody have a scar. Everybody have a scar that, and sometimes it takes a lot of especially when it comes to Ghanaians. But you being legendary, I mean, you've done it, you passed through it. It means that there is a story to tell. What are some of the scars that somebody is listening to us? He hasn't made it yet, especially for those of us who are in the diaspora. This COVID has brought something epic that nobody anticipated it. And a lot of people are beginning to wonder whether even it's worth it being in foreign country at the moment. I know life for you, after saying you were not spoon-fed and all that, what are some of the scars you can share with us so that somebody can have hope? Because every star has a scar that we have no idea. But if you're able to tell us some of your own truth, that listen, there were times that it was tough, but I managed to go through something very personal. It is one of the things we do with our guests. So that as somebody is watching us this pandemic time, he will be encouraged. If he's watching us, he look at the people he admires and said, Papa Yukura Okumu, Menso Metimi Efrimua. I think that it will be a great deal for us.
What I would say is patience. Patience. That word patience must come into your life every minute. Never rush to do anything you want to do. Yes, you want to do it, but go step by step. Go slowly. Because no matter how you want the thing, it is not like God will not give it to you. if you must have it. But he will give this thing to you in his own time.
Yeah.
Yeah. She also be there by So why would you rush to become a star in a jiffy? And don't think backbiting others to get to the top will never help you. It will never help you. Toe your lane and tell yourself you can make it. Lord,
Just a delay.
help me. Yes, but continue to tell God, I want to make it, and I must make it. But He will give you that chance in His own time. If you rush, let me tell you something that Beethoven, a philosopher, once said. He was a big musician. He had, defect in 1 year, but he could play the organ like nobody's business. He once said, if you become a star, don't call yourself one. Don't even see yourself as one. Let those who see you as such call you as such. Because the moment you realize you are one and start calling yourself one, that is the beginning of your downfall. And since the day my director, Mr. Ansomen, late, gave this thing to us when we were rehearsing for a stage play, I have never forgotten this statement. And I have always told myself, why would I even let somebody know? Yeah, Fred Amkins here, and do what you must do for Fred Amkins. Why would I even do that? Am I saying that others are not as human as I am? No. I have led to see this philosophy come to pass. I told you right from the beginning that God being who He is, there are a lot of people I started with. Where are they? You don't even see them in the industry again. But like any institution, the industry will just run at a very fast pace and then come to a sudden stop. And for a long time, it's like nothing is happening. You do everything and it is not coming out. And another time, it starts running again. And that is how some fell by the wayside, because they felt very big in their shoes. Yeah. I am this. I am wiser than everybody. Why would you even do that? Whatever you have, who gave it to you? Yeah, it's God. So you don't boast with it. Boast with the love of God. Tell people God loves me. Yes, and I'm proud of that. That's what me, Fred, I can boast about that. But just telling the whole world, I am this, I am that, where would it take me? Yeah. If you see me as who you think I am, call me as such. Because that is your ball of cake anyway. So this is it. Don't rush. Have patience. And if you start, what we call discipline. The stage teaches a lot of discipline. Don't shout. It's discipline. It's telling you just speak aloud. Because when you shout, somebody takes it something else. Why are you shouting at me? Yeah. So try to speak aloud, but don't shout. These are some of the petty, disciplines that we learn from being actors, and a lot of people don't know there are so many professions attached to this industry. Architects are there because a stage must be built. Electricians, are there because the stage must be lit. Nurses are there because anything can happen health-wise, and somebody must be there to, take care. Doctors, name them. We, the actors ourselves, we play certain professions that we are not. That is why, in fact, we call it make believe. Acting is make believe. I don't know how many times I haven't played a policeman. People asking me, have you been a policeman before? So I want up and coming ones to learn is that never be satisfied with your last act. Immediately you get satisfied with the last thing you did, you will be stuck. Tell yourself, listen, if I were given another chance to perform this same act, I think I will do better. It encourages your own self to move on. So when someone says, hey, that's what this man, I'm thinking that's so natural. Natural because if I must play a doctor, I talk to doctors. Because every profession has do's and don'ts. So if they call you a doctor in the film and you are doing things that a real doctor will not do, it doesn't help anybody. Play the role for them to a doctor sits back and says, wow, this is a disciplined doctor. Meanwhile, you are just a common Ghanaian, you don't belong to that profession. So whatever you are asked to play, talk to somebody in that profession to help you do it better.
Uncle Fred, somebody is asking a question. Akusha Williams, I'm trusting that she will have time to come on, but it looks as if they are all, because we are frontline workers, people are busy doing other things. But I'm trusting God, one or two people will come on before you leave. Akusha Williams says, what has been your biggest challenge in the industry that made you say, I wish I could quit this work, sir?
The passion that I have for this job, it has never crossed my mind.
Wow.
To say, I'm quitting. See, there's one thing lovely about this profession. There's nothing like old age. Right from the clot of blood in the womb of a woman to 90 plus men and women, everybody has a role to play in a film. Yeah, because when family, there's a family. Before baby class Shiani make a baby and Baby Shiani. Shiani no Baby Man, Shiani. People are married and only God knows why they don't have children. People don't really appreciate what God is doing for them, but would rather criticize me and before. This is it. So in the industry, you try to let everybody know that you are needed. You can see yourself in there. That's my age group. That's my age group. And that is what we are for. So God being who he is, I continue saying this. There's no age attached to it.
Yeah.
Look at the big names we know in Hollywood.
Yeah.
They are still
never grow old. Yeah.
That is the point. I used to play a student when I was younger in films and on the stage. Now, naturally, I can't play a student. I mean, what kind of student? Mature student or what?
Actually, you can be God.
So now, there was a time I was playing Papa. Now I play Grandpa.
Yeah. So you never inspire. You never aspire. I know.
That is it. you know.
Never inspire. Okay, so Ajua Odomensa says, what advice can Mr. Mugi give to the youth and the men starting at their milestones? What advice would you give? I've seen that Sister Stella is calling you ni manche ye name yo ni amugi ye bi yo keleng basane fiyo. Keleng basane fiyo yo Auntie Stella stay cool and then listen to us a little bit. When you come, share the video and invite somebody for us. Ajo says, what advice can Mr. Amugi give to youth and men staring in their milestones?
Men doing what?
Starting out their milestones.
Oh, in the industry. So to
Yeah.
speak, if I understand it. Yeah, like I've already said it, that one, be patient, never rush, be disciplined, and the almighty humility. If it is out of your patience and your discipline, forget it. Humility. Be humble, because you meet certain directors. If you don't take care, you might kill somebody on the set. The way the person will talk to you. But the thing is, you want to do a job. No matter how the job looks like, just finish and go in peace. So if you don't have the discipline to hold your heart, if you don't have the humility to say, yes, sir, yes, madam, yes, sir, yes, madam, forget it. Yes. And as for the patience, if you can't wait at all, then don't even think of getting into this. Yes. So patience, humility, and discipline.
I could say this afternoon, we are really blessed. We are really blessed. We'll talk about legacies. After being a legendary in our screen, seeing you all these years, I like some of the work that you leave over for the next generation. Legends leave something behind. I mean, something that a future generation can stand upon. What are some of the things you are leaving behind? Other generation coming up, because we all grew up having idols, but if a person can be a proper mentor, a proper household name, a name will live on generation, which I know that generation will come, will attest that you have done something. What are some of the legacies you are leaving behind, or upcoming, not upcoming, but we'll look back and say this is the handiwork of Uncle Fred?
Yeah, I'll still mention humility, that as many as I have mentored, this is what I instill in them, that you can be the best actor, you can be the best actress, but if you are not humble enough, it will just be taken away from you. So my legacy that I want to lay, so that when I'm gone, people will say, that is when my name is mentioned. They'll say, hey, he was so disciplined, he was so humble, you know, he was what else? I mean, it was down to earth. I hardly get angry, you know. I would rather not talk when I'm angry than say something that, you know, will later make me regret that I did this or I said this. You know? And never leave your God. It will interest you to know that I'm a member of our men's fellowship as well. And when we are invited to a place and they call us to sing, and I get up and we are singing, it's like, I mean, sorry. If they only know what, you know, I get in my heart, the happiness that lives in my heart, doing all those things for God. So to add to everything, never leave your God. You young man, you young woman. I mean, give your heart to God, and all other things shall be added
to you. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
You will one day remember that I told you that I asked you to hold on to your God when things are going okay for you. You will always remember that one day, Brother we said that if I leave my God, everything leaves me. If I hold on to my God, everything comes in multiples. So this is it.
Uncle Fred, one fan of yours just texted me, say, can you ask Uncle Fred what is important to him? What is the most important thing to him? What is the most important thing to him?
Happiness. it must sound absurd, yeah. Putting, a smile on people's faces. If it's one person a day, that is me. I love to do that. So if you see me and you rush to, sit well behind your screen, I've made you smile every time. Yes. So making people smile is one of my things that have brought me this far. Everywhere I go, I try to make people. I put smiles on people's faces. Yeah.
Uncle Fred, have you played a police officer in most of your movies and a very straight character in your movies? Has that affected your relationship with others? Have people perceive you to be like that instead of getting to know the real you? Because Ghanaians mix the two together. They don't understand the difference between the persona on set and the persona of the individual, just to relate to you as an individual with your own traits rather than what they see on the screen.
Let me tell you something brief. When we shot in Krabia, it's about Kofi Chinto. And I played the villain, the Nana who, every year sacrificed a virgin, whether male or female, to get his money. We went to show this thing in Kumasi. I was with the producer director of the film, Mr. Bafuboni, and 2 other guys. The film was shown around Kumasi on Friday. Saturday, we decided to go and have some fufu at Edum in Kumasi. When we entered, you go for your fufu separately and go to another portion to get your soup. And my 3 other colleagues had their fufu first and left, and then even my fufu, the young lady just looked at me and said, "Oh, baby, say, in fact, me mouth. Say, right, my yo baby. I said, yeah, we are Dini. The mother who was serving the soup was like, hey, Namabna, Papa, why are they? Ah, and I am no Papa, Sinino. Oh, who said that? I said, well, I can say yes. I said, baby, Papa with the sound of tear. Oh, you can come to me. Oh, ni ya mommy colleagues, ni drums fufu kekeno. Say me you didn't. You see what she did in her mind. Yeah. What she sees is what she believes. That's why I said make believe. So I came back and asked him, if I tell you Kofi Chinto is around, will you believe? It was like all around us say how.
Okay. Oh.
In fact, it was difficult trying to convince her to understand that it was only a film. See, so I am told by one of my experienced directors that in the Shakespearean time, there was a play on stage, and one character was so annoying that somebody from the audience just took a gun, climbed up the stage, and shot the person in the head. When he was asked, this guy doesn't deserve to live.
Oh.
He's causing confusion in so many families. That is how he saw the actor on the stage. He shot him dead. So, you see, one, you the actor, never let any character take over you.
Yeah.
And you the audience, please, we are only making you believe that these things are real. But in actual fact, we are doing something that is only telling you that it happens. And that is it. So if you see me as a policeman and I meet you in town and because some policemen beat you someday, you want to take a revenge on me.
On me. It's not fair.
It's not fair. Yeah. So yes, I've played a lot of villains, in many films. Because something funny, my directors tell me if I play the villain, they see me in my acting best when I play a cool somebody. Whether that is true, that is how they see me.
Up to them anyway.
So, please, if you see me a policeman, if you see me a doctor, if you see me killing a murderer, an armed robber, I am not.
Oh my goodness.
I am a simple, down to earth somebody.
Man. Oh yes. Oh yes, absolutely. Last question, last but not the least. Somebody says, I learned some years back that Alexander Kutudria was his wife. How true is it?
Was what?
Was your wife, Alexander Kutudria?
Mama Alex, how could she have been my wife?
Ajay.
When she lived, she was far older than me.
Oh.
We were not on those terms at all. Yeah. I mean, we only acted once or twice, and that was it. That kind of relationship had never existed between me and Alexandria. Yeah.
Okay. Somebody was also saying, what is your view on good partner and spouse within our society? Having come this far with your acting career, still having a family, keeping your family together. Somebody is asking, what is your view on good partner or spouse within our society? What is your view now?
Nothing comes easy in life. And a spouse could be like a lamb when you caught him.
Yeah.
But turns into a tiger or a tigress, a lioness or a lion. You must learn to live with it. Yes. Because when things are cool, you enjoy it together. When things are hot, you must learn to cool the heat.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you can never move on. It's unfortunate that in the diaspora, many a woman will be married to a celebrity just because of the kind of work the person lives. Yeah. So to me, it depends on the individual. If you see patience. Here too, patience is there. So if you are patient, no matter how bad your spouse will, anger you, I think you must have a patience to tone down and reconcile and move on. This I've been married since 1983, and I'm still married. Yes.
That was a long time ago.
It is easy. Marriage is all about happiness. It is not so. Ups and downs, but you know, as there's an ever song that translates that life is not as easy as we think, like climbing a mountain and leaving your sandals at the foot of the mountain and climbing. Who brings your sandals? Yes. Means you must carry it along, and that is how life is. It is not easy wearing sandals and climbing a mountain or a hill, you know. So no matter how the circumstances, you must be able to say, it's enough is not, let's stop the quarrel. And it is there, you know. I don't see what. Yeah, I'm listening.
I am so honestly, for me, I'm so excited this afternoon. And let me say this: seeing you on the screen and flesh, and you owing up some of your truth. Life has not been easy, but it has been the goodness of God. Your last word,
His grace.
Your last words for those of us who are on the screen and listening to you from the diaspora. What will you tell us? Because in this pandemic,
I love you all, and I'm appreciative of you know, your love for my work, what I do. Yes, I love you all. Don't you think of it? Somebody telling you that he likes you, he loves you for what you do for me. Performing and me watching you gives me happiness. God bless you all. God bless you all. For yes.
It's a pleasure having you here this afternoon, Uncle Fred Amugi. God bless you so much, so much. It's a great pleasure seeing you on our screen and then coming up front with us. God bless you. If anything, if you came to this platform, you didn't hear anything. It says humility takes you very far. Be humble and be thankful in life. That has been her mantra all these years. He's 70, he looks like a 50. It means that
72.
72, yes. 72. Last week was her birthday, so me having him on, I wanted to actually bring him on his birthday, but because there was a whole other things going on in his home and other things, I couldn't grab. In fact, we couldn't fit in the time. But God being so good, we have him a week after. And let me say, happy birthday, sir! Happy birthday. I mean, I'm living to see more. When I put your posters up, my house, we are very excited. My kids didn't understand why mom and dad are so excited, but we are seeing our superstar coming on. So for us, it is just another level for us. God bless you for coming on. God bless you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
I'll call you up. God bless you too.
Right.
Okay, dear. Abusiafo aha na abasayi adom nyame ede yen aba abedru osomfo ba wo mriku anyampon 1 no size me de your friend is saying Uncle Fred, can you ask them Malco to take you off the screen? I'm trying to do it, but it's not removed from screen. Okay. Abusiafo, oh Doreen, you are late. Share the video and watch it later. Yeni Uncle Fred and Kasai. Adia ba kupe no wakama makoma atome yem. When you are humble, you go a long way. Humility does not make you stupid. All that makes you is it open doors at uncertain times. Being humble so does not mean you have to be stupid. But the only difference is say you know when to speak and when to be quiet at each given time. Odofo ahana ba say ya dom nyame e de yen aba abedu na osomfo be wo mriku nyampon.
Ekyere sisire obesie mu sisire ku onye onwam kasamereku ye owontam nuro na nso na pempem kuku awomreku atira sia bi o obesani kyenkyefuruma kanya herewma do so bregu ma timo bonyono awomreku atira sia bi o obesani kyenkyefuruma kanya herewma do so bregu ma timo bonyono
Mekai will be almost an edumedi Jara Beauty World for and a soy asne, a yahoo fedus, Jara Beauty World for eton wigs, air extensions, air products, relaxes, everything. Ubet Miatana will fee any posting in Abra will fee wig caps, Bibia Upibia, and who fedus would the no Jara Beauty World. Jara Beauty World for say, or the frame or telephone so na Bibia Upibia, cosmetics, Bibia, no answer what from one would be posted, baby. I will be a Siafanina, Germany, Austria, Canada, Ukraine. Baby, I will be ano. I utuya car now. One posti abroad, and then the say, you know, acquire door-to-door delivery. I intino a whole energy medium coso. Miss Ramo,
It's come on.
I go see why you late. What?
And besides,
Why
we
you
are
late?
deciding because I say it was wrong. I couldn't. I feel that it's taking me to so many
Oh,
places.
so
Anyway, money ejuma, and if Madam Mugi is still watching, I just wanted to come on and tell you.
Because you are one eye for the president.
Yeah, the last.
Brag was in the
Your life, oh.
Aji.
Oh, I want to tell Mr. Thank you.
Aha. I go see meet you.
For his passion for the industry, because I'm also a passionate person when it comes to the movie industry. And he's done a good job. He's come far. I remember those years. I've forgotten a lot of his movies, but Michelle that babies I say Alexander Kutudi and that when the woman passed on, and he was also another great actor. And they did well, and he's still doing well.
I think they paid their due. I think I'm having the desire to actually celebrate the legends these days, because they made us understand movies. They made us understand life in a different dimension. They were actually telling stories, real life stories, real life incidents, what were happening around us. And yet, I said, he was
a great actor. So
yes. And when they are speaking English, it's very articulate. They were spot on.
To even come to know that he could not continue his education, but that he's that fluent in English and very polished and all that. That inspires some of us to keep pushing, because we can get somewhere no matter your education level. Thank you very much. And then I took one thing from him: humility is the thing, and that's what my Papa Okusapia has always been portraying.
Because have you seen that there are certain generations, they are very disciplined. They have there was some caliber of one more 60, 70 at this age now. They are very disciplined. The way they talk, the way they handle people, the way they even behave in situations. Who that kind of discipline? Ghanaian culture now we used to know, no.
But
and yet timidity. But there's
there are some men who are at their age who are very disrespectful, who are very over on top of themselves, who are not.
I know they say intimidate. Who intimidate him? But no, they enya they enya biba be bata ho. But the mechanic say na normal times no. More times no. Not discipline no. I mean, boni wo mu de. But until say they ya say I think in saying people don't know when is an adult and how to behave in society and in community anymore. But more time no. Any those days before no more age no. Odia should be already 50 up was echo 70s. No, I think from a honor corner started say airdrop. In the name of sending Nimdiaba, but ye you soon Nimdiano am building up on my papa and that's our time. A walk ye in community mono. Ye you soon no at the same in the name of say a Nimdia. Well, Nimdiaba dear. And yan yemen na omoyan at that time not good. But we could have polished the ones that were good so that anchor it will be of immense benefit now. South America. But I love the conversation we had. It's a great afternoon to know people up close and closer.
I mean, sure, BBR, so I'll join in or share. There's a lot to learn around us. Let's stick with that humility, Don't look down on people. Just don't be too full of yourself. If your life has taken a different turn, which is better, today, it doesn't mean somebody is below you. Tables can turn, things can change, life take its turns on everybody. Today might be your day, tomorrow might be the other person's day. So let's just stick together and love one another and keep life going.
I was your wire come pa. Mammy and the feed, na.
What your back door? Na maneuver with Yakasawai.
Mammy and the feed, I was for about I was for Hannah Dum Babysina. Yame Adoma next week, Musha and Moquine. Your mental health, no, you go so Dimujuma. I am thinking some grabo either Connie and I say Mrs. Queno, Asan baby, I am passionate about this mental health at this time because this COVID is bringing a lot. COVID is starting and I can't say COVID in the Aba, some of the insurance and I want us to talk about into COVID will bring a lot of things in people. Into we'll talk about mental health more attachments and not but we'll continue. I had never say yadom yamidi and babisi. Also for the women require one no size. Yame yadomoa. Yebesign Asia. What? Bye.